Hey everybody, Christopher Odd here, and I'm thrilled to announce a new recurring video series starting today. Working with 2K and Marvel, I'll be showcasing characters from Firaxis Studios' Marvel's Midnight Suns from now until the release of the game. There will be a few surprises along the way, so if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to be notified of each new video as they become available. Now, it's no coincidence that today's video is released on the week of American Independence Day. And what better way to commemorate this holiday week for the Americans watching than by showcasing one of the most popular Avengers ever. Hailing from Brooklyn, New York, specializing in agility, strength, speed, endurance, and reaction time, and carrying a shield made of Wakandan vibranium, the first superhero to showcase is none other than Steven Rogers, aka Captain America.
Hey, I'm Steve.
As you might imagine, Captain America's playstyle revolves almost entirely around the use of his shield. And what does shields do best? They block. But that's not to say that Captain America is a purely defensive hero. Quite the opposite, in fact. He's capable of dealing immense amounts of damage by generating block and unleashing that on his enemies. More on this later. One of his abilities, called the Best Defense, sees the Captain gaining block equal to his damage dealt for 2 turns. Add in one of his taunt abilities, and you've got a tanky, aggro-drawing, serum-induced super soldier who bravely keeps his friends safe by quite literally blocking bullets for them. Throughout the game, you'll have opportunities to develop friendships with fellow superheroes. Attaining higher levels of friendship will have huge implications on the battlefield. Known, of course, for undying loyalty and incredible leadership, it should be no surprise that Captain America would gain passives reflecting these qualities as he becomes closer to our own superhero, the Hunter.
What destiny is that?
Keep playing it straight with me, Hunter, and maybe I'll trust you enough one day to tell
When
you.
reaching friendship level 1, Mr. Rogers will start each combat with some block already in place, and at level 2, not only does he start each fight with block, but he'll continue to gain block after every turn. He's definitely worthy of developing a solid friendship with, especially if you're a glass cannon who needs the protection of someone who always puts his friends first. Now, have you ever wondered what would happen if you were hit directly in the chest by a 12-pound concave disc 2.5 feet in diameter? No? Weird. Well, guess what? It's gonna move you. Using the Brooklyn Handshake attack, Captain America will be sending enemies flying with knockback. In addition, if the target was already damaged this turn, that knockback turns forceful, and the distance at which enemies can be flung becomes considerably farther, allowing for more potent combat combos. Throughout the course of the game, the Brooklyn Handshake can be upgraded to allow for more card draw, and the ability to apply Marked, making it extremely powerful as you face stronger enemies. Until now, we've only covered basic attacks and skills. Let's talk some heroics here. Heroics are the most devastating cards in your arsenal, and most of the combat planning should revolve around building heroism to play these. Named after the sound effects his shield makes on impact, Spang does heaps of damage to enemies that are targeting Captain America directly. If you invest in upgrading Spang, you'll be able to encourage card drawing and a reduced heroism cost. Now, harkening back to my earlier tease, Captain America can eventually gain access to a special Midnight Suns card titled Shield Charge. In addition to being his most expensive heroic ability, it's also his most satisfying. Remember all that block that you've been building up during combat? Time to put that to devastating use. After all, Steve Rogers can only be just a kid from Brooklyn for so long. When Shield Charge is cast, Captain America will consume all of his current block to deal that amount in damage to every enemy in a line. On upgrade, Shield Charge will also grant you a card draw for each enemy hit, and can even add a chance for those targets to become marked, making them ideal targets to follow up on. I hope you've enjoyed this quick showcase of Captain America. Remember to subscribe to the channel because we'll be continuing to showcase superheroes from Marvel's Midnight Suns. Who's up next? That's going to be a surprise, but let's hear your best guesses in the comments below. Feel free to ask any questions if something is unclear, and we'll be happy to get back to you with an answer ASAP. Lastly, check out the links in the description for all things Marvel's Midnight Suns, and remember, be cool to one another. Like Captain America said, keep flying, son, and watch that potty mouth.